Hey everyone, today we're talking about how to test capacitors, especially the ones you find in HVAC systems, and the differences between run, start, and turbo capacitors. Let's go. To test a capacitor, you need a multimeter that can read capacitance. That's the key. Not all multimeters have this feature, so make sure yours has a μF symbol, which stands for microfarads. Microfarads are the unit used to measure how much charge a capacitor can hold. Now here's a start capacitor. It's made of plastic and it's usually black. It might be tall or short, but it's always bigger in diameter than a run capacitor. This one only has two terminals. You'll see the microfarad value, also called MFD or μF, printed on the side, or sometimes on the top. One important thing to know about start capacitors is that they are only in the circuit for a very short time, just a couple of seconds when the motor starts. Now let's talk just about the run capacitor. Let's look at the terminals. You'll see three groups of terminals, each marked with a label. C equals common. HERM equals hermetic. This goes to the compressor. Fan equals this one goes to the fan motor. Each terminal usually has 2 to 4 spade connectors so multiple wires can hook up to them. A quick way to identify them. The terminal with 4 spades is usually common. The one with 3 is HERM. The one with 2 or 1 is fan. When you test a dual-run capacitor, you check the microfarads. Put one lead on common, C, and the other on HERM. That tells you the value for the compressor. Then, test between common and fan. That gives you the value for the fan motor. For example, if it says 40 plus 10 microfarads on the label, you should get around 40 between C and HERM, and around 5 between C and fan. If either number is way off or you get OL, the capacitor is no good. It doesn't matter if the capacitor is small or big, plastic or metal, they all get tested the same way. As long as you have a multimeter with capacitance mode, just connect the leads to the terminals and check the microfarads. The important thing is that your reading matches the label, not the size of the capacitor. Let's talk about the universal capacitor. This is a programmable or adjustable capacitor that can replace many different capacitor sizes in one unit. Instead of carrying 10 or 15 different capacitors on your truck, you can just carry one universal and program it for the microfarads you need. Brain how it works. You connect wires or use dip switches to combine internal capacitors and create the exact value you need, like 35 fifths, 45 fifths, 40 tenths, and so on. Some brands even come with a little chart on the side to help you wire it right. High voltage. Just like any other capacitor, you still need to match or exceed the voltage rating, usually 370 or 440 volts. Wrench universal capacitors are super handy when you're out in the field and don't have the exact one with you. They're perfect for temporary repairs or even permanent installs if wired correctly. Just remember, checkmark set it to the exact microfarads you need. Checkmark double check your wiring. Checkmark mount it safely inside the unit. So if you want to save space and time on service calls, having a universal capacitor in your tool bag is a smart move. And by the way, on most universal capacitors, the middle terminal is usually the common. And yeah, just so you know, they also make small universal capacitors, and they work exactly the same. So don't let the size fool you, small universal capacitors do the same job. Just check the chart, set the MFD you need, and hook it up the same way. Size doesn't change how you test or wire it. And that's pretty much everything you need to know about capacitors. Just remember, always use a multimeter that reads microfarads, and check your system label to match the right values.